Oh yeah, boom, Chenka. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig in on Flying Pig United. Lights look proper shite. Anyway, just wanted to stop by and say, how's it going? Hope you're all having a good one. Just a quick video from me today to talk about the potential transfer of Erling Braut Haaland from RB Salzburg to Manchester United in January. Something that's been talked about quite a lot recently. The reason I'm making a video now is because United's head scout Marcel Bout has gone and seen him play last night. So we sent our scout. Apparently there were 40 scouts from around the world from different clubs, not necessarily looking just at him, but a lot of them looking indeed at Erling Braut Haaland. So there's going to be a lot of competition to sign this lad, but it's something we need to talk about. First off, I want to just say I look a bit rough today, feeling pretty ill. I've got a mark on my face. I woke up, I must have had some horrendous dreams last night because I scratched my freaking face off during the night. So apologies for that. Probably don't look too great today. The lighting looks pretty awful as well, so you just have to bear with me. But I wanted to jump on here because there is also no Pig in the Hen show today, so apologies for that. Little Henry Hotspur's ill, bless him, so he's not able to do the show today, so we rescheduled it for Friday. So any Pig and the Hensters out there, the Bacon and Egg Brigade, don't worry, the show will be on Friday as per usual. Well, not per usual because it's not the same bloody day, but it'll be on Friday. But I'm jumping on here just to talk about, obviously, the news that we sent a scout to look at Haaland. He's scored an insane amount of goals, something like 28 goals in 22 games. So that's fantastic form. Obviously, he's doing it over in the Austrian Bundesliga. Do you know what I mean? It's not the highest standard, let's be brutally honest now. I think Salzburg have got Arnie Schwarzenegger's son at left back. But either way, they're doing an all right job. Liverpool are expected to beat them, obviously, and they did beat them. And Haaland didn't score any goals. I didn't watch the game. I didn't see any highlights, so I don't actually know if he put in a good performance. But obviously, coming up against really good opposition like Liverpool, it's going to be difficult for RB Salzburg in general to create chances for Erling Braut Haaland. So doesn't really interest me seeing how he does in his first game against sort of Premier League opposition there. He seems to have the ability. He seems to have the class. People are calling him the Zlatan Ibrahimovic of the future. I mean, jeepers, that is high praise indeed. Even if he lives up to what, like 70% of Zlatan's potential, will probably be a legend. So in terms of what we're hearing, we're all hearing the right things. 19 years of age, goal scoring record's insane. Let's talk about the realistic proposition of him actually coming to Manchester United then, because if we're being honest, there's a lot of other teams out there who will probably want to sign him, and there's probably some better propositions for him to actually go and play and compete for things sooner than he can at Manchester United, because United are in a transitional rebuilding period. So you're talking about it's a couple of years project at United before we're up there challenging. But why would he want to go and be like a bit part player for, I don't know, Barcelona or somebody like that, when he can actually come to United and be a good used player for us? Because let's be honest now, we are lacking up in that area. We've got Anthony Martial up top there, who's a bit hit or miss. I mean, I like the guy. I think he's a great player on his day. He is a bit inconsistent. Can he be that true number 9 for us? If he is that number 9, then, hopefully we won't need Haaland so much. But from what we've seen, Martial gets injured quite a bit as well. We need backup in that area. We've got Mason Greenwood. He's unbelievable, of course, so clinical. Great natural player. Seems like a really quality player for us, for the future. But certainly right now we could do with somebody else to come in there and help us out and give us a bit more firepower. Could Haaland be that man? The fact is he would get played for United. He would get more games than maybe going to one of the other big clubs around European football. Sure, we don't necessarily have the Champions League football right now to offer him, but he's 19, he's developing still as a player, and he's Norwegian. He's got that link with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let's remember that as well. That's quite important. We literally have the manager who used to manage him over at Molde as our manager, so he knows him. He probably reveres and loves Manchester United like a lot of Norwegians do, simply because of the baby-faced assassin Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself being such a legend at United. And obviously for Norway, he would have been their most sort of known player during that time period, I'm sure. So I'm sure he knows what it means to play for Manchester United, which I think is a big plus for us. He's got that Solskjaer connection. So I actually think we're favourites to sign Erling Braut Haaland for a reason. If you look at the bookmaker sites, we are favourites to sign the lad. I hope it happens very soon. I hope it happens sooner rather than later and we can announce it and get the job done. I think he is a good player. Of course, we've not seen the best from him. He's only 19. He's going to get a lot better. But in terms of what we need right now, we need a load of players. We need backup players. We need players to come in and improve us right now. He sort of fits into that category of a player for the future, but also one that can hopefully do a job for us now too. And he gives us a different option. He's a big unit. He's not like one of these little players like a, like a Greenwood. So he is a bigger unit. He gives us another option. And in terms of developing his career, United is probably one of the best clubs he can actually go to in order to do that. I know United need to sign players in other positions too, like Maddison or, Grealish, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen in that sort of number 10 or the CAM role, of course. But certainly we need a striker, and I think he would be a good fit because let's be honest now, we could go and get somebody like Mandzukic as a backup, or we could go and get another like marquee name around European football to maybe come in there and dislodge Anthony Martial. But in terms of just a player that fits United's mould at the moment, and that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tried to get the team playing, and the way that he's developing the youth players and the signings that he's made, the faith in the youth, bringing Aaron Wan-Bissaka in, Daniel James, these guys. It's like, I think he is trying to do it slightly differently at United, and that's the way we should be doing it right now. It's not worked out with these prima donnas, Alexis Sanchez, Lukaku, all these guys coming in on big money, big marquee names, not living up to it. I'd rather see somebody like Haaland come in who's young and hungry and got something to prove and has bags of potential. And sure, United might not be overnight back to where we need to be, but development-wise, progressing for the future, getting back to where we should be and doing it the right way, then I would imagine he fits into that because he's young and he's got quality. And in a couple of years, he'll probably be one of the best players in the world. Same goes for a bunch of the players we've got at United right now. We've got the best right back in the league, in my opinion, Aaron Wan-Bissaka already, 21. Marcus Rashford, 22. The goal-scoring form that he's in is absolutely freaking insane. So, those two players alone, Daniel James, 21, we've got really great young players that if they play their cards right and they fulfill their potential or fulfill most of their potential, in a few years' time will be some of the best players in the world. So it fills me with confidence that we're looking at these types of players now. Our scout's obviously gone and had a look. I'm sure he'll report back what he thinks. It's not the best game really to see him perform in there, because it sounds like he didn't get all the service in the world. So there you go. Maybe he had a stinker. I don't actually know. I didn't see the game, as I say. But I'm hoping that the scout gives a glowing report to Ollie and bloody Potato Head Woodward and all these people that have to make it work. And we go out there and we bring him in January. In terms of the transfer fee, I'm really not too sure how much we'd be talking here, because today's market is insane. A couple of years ago, I'd have said like 18 million or something for a player that age who's not really done all that much in the game up to this point. But now, I don't even know. I'm thinking like 40 or 50 million I might have to play for this 19-year-old. Maybe he does have a minimum fee release clause in his contract, though. I remember seeing something about that. I don't know if that's 100% true. So we'll see what happens. But certainly he's making all sorts of impact over there. He's making waves and he's creating headlines and he's scoring all these goals, more goals than games at the moment. So he's having a stellar career so far. He is only 19. A lot can happen in a footballer's career. But he certainly seems like a player that United should be trying to bring in right now. So, yeah, sorry about the jittery camera angle. Sorry about the poor lighting. Sorry that I look ill today. I am ill. Henry Hotspur's ill as well, so just we're ill together. I was actually going to soldier on, though. I was going to soldier on and do the show. But, that's just the sort of the cut of my jib. No, we don't know how ill Henry Hotspur is. Hopefully he's not too bad, and hopefully he will actually be okay for Friday. So, but, yeah, we will be back Friday. So thank you to everybody who's tuning into the show today. It is a little bit shaky. I'm trying my best to hold it. Let me just hold it like this. It's better. The Music Fiend says, we are the best. How are you doing, the Music Fiend? Gung, she says, no pig in the hen today. Unfortunately not, Gungers. As previously discussed. We'll be back on Friday, though, around about 1 p.m. UK time. Clam J comments, pig, good evening to you, sir, from the bottom of my greasy loins. That is pretty messed up, pal. Go and have a wash. iPoddy says, you look gorgeous. Thank you very much, pal. I don't feel it at all. Definitely got a cold. Definitely got a sore throat. Definitely just got a headache and just feel like absolute gash. But there you go. Gungshi comments, no worries, pig. Get well soon, Henya Melter. I did say I was not feeling so great either, Gungish. So thanks very much for the get well soon to me. Lofar Leishram comments, I think this lad will be a good signing, contrary to popular opinion, but not this season. Give him some time. Yeah, fair play. I mean, it's not going to be an overnight thing, I don't think. I think it's like a lot of the players just might be asking a bit too much too soon. If you look at Marcus Rashford's development a couple of weeks ago, people were not happy with it. I mean, I was sceptical of a couple of dodgy performances here and there. But if you actually look at the statistics, he's doing well for somebody of his age. So we've got to allow these players time to develop. Morgan, free person, how you doing, Morgan? Comments, hi guys, has the hen got bird flu? I don't know, hopefully. I've probably got swine flu and he's got bird flu because he is the hen and I am the pig. So there you go. Don't come near us right now. The sloppy discharge, nice name. Comments, hello, Mr. Flying Pig. Hello, the sloppy discharge. Crikey. Quaffle Videos comments, there's a 17 million release clause. Well, I very much hope that's true. And if that is true, that would be unreal to get that player in for that sort of money. Maybe we could get him for a little amount of money. There might be some things we have to do in terms of future percentages or whatever, stuff like that, just to sweeten the deal. I don't really know. But if there's a minimum fee release clause and we meet that, then obviously he's open to talk to us. So that's definitely a player United should be looking to sign because he's got the talent, it seems, for a young lad. He will get better. He will improve. He seems a big player already. Gives us something different, bigger unit, but still skillful. 19, progressing the Norwegian Zlatan. Gungshi, thank you very much, my friend. You've sent it in a super chat, pal, and I'll read it out for you. He comments, doesn't Haaland have a 20 million release clause? Thought I heard something like that. Get well soon, pig in hand. Yeah, I did hear something that he had a minimum fee release clause. So I'm hoping that's true. The only problem is every single team in European football is going to be sniffing around Haaland like flies round horse dung right now. Because obviously he's making all these waves. He's getting the headlines. He's scoring the goals. People are loving what they're seeing. All these teams around Europe especially will want to sign this lad. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter, Juventus, PSG, all these guys surely will want a little piece of Erling Braut. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be difficult for United to fend off these people. Like I say, we've got a few things on our side. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows him. He's Norwegian. Man United revered in Norway because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, that is a factor. That could be an interesting acquisition for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and gives him a little bit of a step up in terms of who he's going to sign for. But loyalty in football is not necessarily what it used to be. So if a big offer comes in, or if an offer that can give him more in terms of football progression, maybe at one of the top clubs right now, and it pains me to say that, but one of the top clubs that are currently doing the business around European football, then maybe he would rather go to them. Or, you know, money comes into it as well. Like if another club's going to pay him a heck of a lot more money, then you have to understand that. Thank you very much, Gungshi. Absolute legend. Much appreciate you getting on here and showing your support. Got a mark on my face here, by the way. I've not had a scrap with the missus. It's just I definitely look rough today. I look like a hobo right now, don't I? I'm not, actually. I'm not, contrary to popular belief. Henry Hotspur, though, he may be. I don't know. I mean, I haven't actually seen the inside of his house there. So, you know, he's always out on the streets of Guangzhou. James Mosscrop, shout out to you, my friend. Adfelling Skills, how you doing? Comments, you know Real Madrid will want to get him. Yeah, this is the thing. Lots of teams out there will want to sign Haaland. He's obviously a great talent. He's young. He's still got a lot to prove. But from what everybody's seen and what everybody's going on about, he is a special talent. And to get a special talent, it's going to be difficult for United right now. A few years ago, it would have been easy. Players like Haaland, they all want to clamber and play for United because we're up there. In the Sir Alex Ferguson days, we had the pick of all the talent. We had the resources bigger than anyone else, really. It was easier for United. Now it's difficult. Now we're down there. Now we're in a transitional period. We're rebuilding. We're not in the Champions League right now. Hopefully, come the end of the season, we can say otherwise. But right now, we are not in the Champions League. So it's difficult for United to sign top players. I mean, it's a sad, sad time. Just think, James Maddison might not want to leave Leicester City and come to United because they're a better team than us right now and are more likely to win things. What? Are you serious? So that's the situation we're in at the moment. It's a disgrace, but we've got to just take the rough with the smooth, roll with it. We've got to sign who we can, and this is why I'm highlighting the fact that it's important United make the right signings. And I love Ole Gunnar signing so far. I'm loving Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm loving Daniel James. I'm loving Maguire. They all fit that same mould. Players who've still got time to improve, who are stepping up, who are hungry. And those are the sorts of players we should be going for right now, not these overhyped, overpaid players and names. That's why I'd rather sign like a James Maddison compared to a Christian Eriksen right now. Even though I think Christian Eriksen is obviously a better player than what he's shown over the previous years in the Premier League, doing the business for Spurs week in, week out. I just think he's a bit more pressure. It might not work out. Will he 100% be fighting his guts out for United? I don't know. Gungshi comments, Hen acts like a hobo on the streets of Guangzhou. You're not wrong about that. You know, some of the stuff he does is questionable. He also says, hopefully Ollie has some good connections with Haaland. Yeah, I think that's important. He does know him. United are a special club in Norway. All those reasons do add up to us being the favourites to sign him. And we are the favourites to sign him, you know. So there's a good reason why we're the favourites to sign him, even though we're not in the Champions League, we're not one of the top clubs, we're not a Barca, a Real, or Juventus. We are still the top favourite to sign Erling Braut Haaland in January. So I wanted to make a video about it to discuss it because we're seriously looking at it. Our scout has gone and seen the game, of course, just a part of the game, part of the, many scouts going to see various players. But either way, it obviously does show our intentions there are pretty high. That we're favourites to sign him for a reason. I hope it does happen. If there's a minimum fee release clause of 18 or 20 million or whatever it is, then it would be an absolute steal and a deal and a sale of the century. So we should 100% persevere with that, carry on with that. Woodward, get that freaking potato head out of that pie for one moment, you freaking absolute toad, and sort it out. Get your ass in gear, sign some players, get Haaland announced, get it done, get the lad in, get the paperwork, get it signed, and then freaking personally phone me up, give me an apology for being such a tool, and then announce it. Announce that we've got the guy coming in January. That's what I want to see anyway. But of course, we know how our club operates. We know how that freaking potato boy operates and how reluctant the Glazers are to spend a freaking dime these days, it seems. So let's just see what happens. By the way, everybody, if you're tuning in, thanks for stopping by. No Pig in the Hen show today. Obviously, I'm just jumping on here with a bit of transfer talk about Haaland to United. Do us a favour, if you are tuned in, smash us a cheeky like on this video. Sorry for the Michael J. Fox camera work. Sorry, that's a piss poor joke, isn't it? That's really not funny. The Primot comments, all right, Pig, Haaland could be the big smasher we need up front. Here's to hoping. Gongshi comments, Saul Niguez would be fantastic, but I heard his release clause is something crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation about him also. Neil Duffin comments, if we buy Haaland, where does Greenwood fit in? But yes, we do need backup. Greenwood, I think, could play more likely across the three as well. Like I would be happier to see Greenwood play like out in a wider position than say a Juan Mata or even a Jesse Lingard. From what I've seen from him, we have seen him play there a game recently, and he did pretty well. But yeah, I think his best position is at striker. You need three top strikers, I think. And if we have Martial and we've got Haaland and we've got Greenwood, that pretty much helps us for all the different competitions that we're playing in. And Rashford is, in my opinion, his best positions out wide. We've seen him when he was at striker earlier on in the season. He wasn't that great, but recently when he's played out wide and he's in his position that he likes, he's scoring goals for club and country. He's doing the business. So that's definitely his best position, so I wouldn't want to move him from there. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, though. Like, somebody is going to have their progression slightly halted. But for an 18-year-old Greenwood, I mean, I don't know if it's the worst thing in the world to be slowly brought on. We've seen Ollie slowly bring him on this season. I think he'll probably get nearly the amount of appearances of that anyway. It's just a case that with injury problems and things like that, like if we'd had Haaland, maybe Haaland would have been started up there instead of Rashford at striker, and Rashford would have stayed wide, which would have benefited the team, and it gives us another option. So maybe. Pepper Red says, no other top Prem team need Haaland, though. Yeah, fair enough. No top Prem team. Some of the other top teams around Europe might want him just to add to their ranks and build for the future and just consider for the future. You know, if you think about teams like Barcelona, some of the aging players they got there. I know they got the youngest goal scorer in history last night. The Primot comments, you doing the AZ match tomorrow, Pig? 100%, my friend. 100% doing the match tomorrow. Be doing the watch along for the AZ Alkmaar game tomorrow night in the Europa League, aka Manchester United C squad, aka the kids. We're going out there with the kids and we're going to freaking dominate them. It's going to be a tough game, isn't it? But I don't care about the result in that one, to be honest. Give the kids a game, play all the kids. Get some 13, 14-year-olds out for the freaking, from the proper youth side and let them play. It really doesn't bother me. It doesn't mean anything. Anyway, Sean Tay comments, which position should Man United strengthen in Jan? 3 or 4 positions, I think. In fact, 4 positions I would say we need to strengthen. Defensively, we're okay, I think, at the moment. But we could do with a defensive midfielder, 100%, to help Fred out. And also, if Fred's not available, and to give us a different option there. Sort of like a Matic-type player, but not Matic. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of defensive midfielder. A Kante or somebody else, just a really good defensive midfielder that we could get. I think we need a creative midfielder, Eriksen, Fernandes, Maddison, Grealish, whatever, one of those guys. And then a striker, Haaland would be fantastic. And me personally, I'd love to see a winger coming in. Somebody like a Jadon Sancho. Now, I know we've got Dan James, I know we've got Rashford, but it wouldn't hurt to have somebody like Jadon Sancho. Not realistic, though. Not realistic at this moment in time. Viking Red, great to see you in here. Richard James, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Neil says, by the way, before signing Haaland, extend Rashford's contract ASAP. Extend Obi-Wan-Bissaka's contract until he retires. Yes, please. That's what we need to do. We could definitely do with shoring him up for the remainder of his career. He's already the best freaking blocker and stopper in the Premier League, in my opinion. And he's only 21. He's just come into the side. He's easily our best player this season. Well, along with Dan James, those players have really, really shone. Kung Lee comments, we need a mid in Jan. In my opinion, we do need a midfielder in January. 100%, we could do it too. You know, we're having problems in the centre of the park. If McTominay's not fit, we're basically screwed. Fred's looked good recently. He's looked really good recently. But if you're talking about over the season, he's not been that fantastic. But recently he's looked good. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But we could do with just somebody else there to boss it and somebody else to create. Creatively has been a problem for United this season. We could do with an Eriksen, we could do with Fernandes, we could do with somebody who can create and maybe score some goals from midfield as well. That's what we need. And a striker. It's like we've got problems at United, we do. Gunga says CDM, another midfielder, especially if Pogba goes winger, striker. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I completely agree. Yeah, exactly what I said. Especially if Pogba goes, that's what I mean. And look, if Pogba comes in and he's going to be that number 10 and he slots in and he does the business and he continues to do it, people can change my opinions. Like I saw Jesse Lingard put in 2 decent performances in a row. I never thought I'd see that happen. So people can change my opinion slightly. I still think he's garbage, obviously. Fred, though, I was just absolutely not sold on Fred whatsoever. But I tell you what, the last few games, Fred has been one of our best players. He's been so good. So people can change. They can turn a corner. They can move on with their careers. So if Pogba wants to come back in, if we do see him, in fact, before he leaves, which he might be leaving in January already, we don't actually know the workings behind the scene. But if he's staying with United, then I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see him be that number 10. I'd much rather have him in there than Lingard. I don't think Pereira's up to much either, really. I mean, I do think he's a good player, but I think he's more of a backup rotationary sort of player to have around. Squad player, not a really top quality starting player. Whereas Paul Pogba obviously is on his day. I want to see that happen. I want to see the defensive part of the game taken away from Paul Pogba. I don't want him to have any defensive responsibilities at all because he's garbage. I want to see him up there creating, passing the ball around, working the triangles, moving, shooting, all that good stuff in behind the striker to cause them problems. And I know he can do that, but it's about actually doing it, Paul. So let's see if he can do it. On Cadcar comments, within 2 years, we must clinch Premier League no matter what. Otherwise, what's the point of rebuilding process? Yeah, I mean, you can't ask too much too soon. You have to remember that it's taken Liverpool a long time to rebuild. They've still not won the Premier League trophy after all these years. Okay, they won the Champions League. Klopp's got them playing great football. They've got a great squad. They've got a great manager. They're probably going to win the league this season. So that will be the last time we'll be able to say that. But it's not happened overnight for him. People have had to be patient. He didn't finish well in his first season at Liverpool. It took a couple of years. It took a bit of time, and he's done well. So we can't ask for anything more than that, really. I think it's a bit too much to ask for 2 years even. Because, look, we have to remember, City are trying to rebuild again now. Arsenal are definitely trying to rebuild. Chelsea are rebuilding. Liverpool are flying, and they'll still be looking dangerous in a couple of years' time. No worries about it. So you've got to think Man United are going to struggle to dislodge these teams unless we really do a full rebuild from the ground up and get some quality players in there who are ones for the future too, and who have a great ethic and a great work commitment and all that good stuff, and are hungry to prove themselves and win stuff for United. It won't happen overnight. Look, we might win a cup here or there, but we're not going to win the league for a couple of seasons, no way. And that's talking optimistically, like we actually can still do it, because we're coming up against Jose's one of the most decorated managers in world football. Pep's one of the most decorated managers in world football. Klopp's one of the best current managers in world football with great teams. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult for United right now. Solskjaer doesn't necessarily have the experience. Look, this week he's shown everyone what he can do. He's shown everyone how he can get United playing and beating the likes of Jose and, of course, Pep in the same week. It goes to show you what he can do. He's going to need time. He's going to have to learn from his mistakes. He will make more mistakes, and he'll learn from them, hopefully. And hopefully, if United back him and give him the players that he so desperately needs in January and also in the summer, and just allow him time to actually rebuild and sign the right players, the right young, hungry players who are not just here for a payday, then you might just see United win something in a few years. But I'm not holding my breath. I think it's going to take a long time. Football goes in cycles. We can't just leapfrog it. We don't have limitless cash. We're not in the Champions League. We can't go out there and sign Messi, Ronaldo. We're not playing Championship Manager. We are playing real life. I think it's difficult to expect us to get anywhere near there for a couple of seasons. Pepper Red comments, Klopp got 8th in his first, then second, fourth place finishers, then second. So there you go. Yeah, 8th in his first season, Kloppy. And then he got 2 fourth place finishers, then second. So, it's improved steadily. And now look where they are. Everyone would pretty much consider them to be the best team in the world right now, as sick as it is to say. They're right up there. They're the champions of Europe. They dominate teams generally. They've dropped 2 points all season to us. Other than that, they've won every game. They're a great team. But that didn't happen overnight. It took many managers. It took a whole new approach. It took Fenway Sports Group coming in and doing different stuff than what was happening before for Liverpool to really get back to where they were. And that may be a problem for us. You know, the owners are gashtastic at United. Gungers, thank you very much for the super chat, Gungshi. He comments, for the Pigs Lemsip Fund. I definitely need it, my friend. Do you know what I mean? In fact, if anybody works for a chemist or for any of you Yanks that's like a pharmacist, can somebody ship me a box of Lemsip? Because I pretty much need it bi-weekly. Thank you so much there, Gungers. Much appreciated. Ill United comments, Pig Legend. Much appreciated. Kieran Kennedy comments, sell Pogba and get 2 good midfielders to replace him. Look, like I was saying earlier on in the vid, if Pogba comes in and he plays in that role that he likes to play, the defensive responsibilities are taken away from him and he takes to it like a duck to water when he's back and he's committed and he's wearing red out in public and he's loving United, then I want to see him play if he's performing. But with Paul Pogba, it's hit or miss. He's too inconsistent. I'd rather at this stage see the money generated by the sale of Paul Pogba for which we can use to better purposes. Like maybe you could probably get Jack Grealish and, I don't know, Ndidi, or you could get Jack Grealish and you could get Bruno Fernandes, or, you know, I don't know, you could get a couple of quality players in for Paul Pogba right now. If he's truly worth 150 million, which people seem to say that he is, even if he's worth 100 million, we could get some players that are maybe up to the task a little bit more than Pogba. It's funny to say, isn't it? Because I almost feel like a dick talking about it, because Pogba's such a good player. He is, he's a World Cup winner. Juventus, he was amazing. He's been good for United at times. So I feel like a bit of a knob saying that, well, let's get rid of him, because he is a great player, but he's just too inconsistent. It's no good being the best player in the world and having absolutely everything in your locker if you can't produce it out there when it matters. And more often than not, he doesn't. And I know there's a lot of fans of Paul Pogba on this show, and I don't want to upset anyone. I know Gung, she's a big fan of Paul Pogba, but I'm not. I just think I've seen plenty of time, years and years in a red shirt, and most of the time it's disappointing. Most of the time it's unsatisfactory. You can argue the teammates, the players around him, the tactics, the managers are not good enough, but they've done all right elsewhere. He was a big player. He's a big talisman for us. He as an individual has underperformed. And, you know, okay, it's not been plain sailing for him. It's a difficult time for United in a transitional period. But he's not been the man for us. He's not been the man, I'm afraid. So there you go. My opinion, I would like to see him sold to and generate more cash for us to go out there and get quality players. Ill United comments, Lukaku is back again in Europa League. Of course, he did score last night, didn't he, in the Champions League? So fair play to him. He's not been doing too badly since going over there, you know. Same with Chris Smalling. He's been bossing it. But it is just a bit of an inferior league, in my opinion. If Lukaku's going over there, and in particular, if Chris Smalling's one of the best defenders in the league, then it's a bit of a shit league, isn't it? Stipmeister, how you doing? Comments, hi, Piggy. Wish you all the best. What do you think about the game today? What game is that, my friend? What do I think about the game today? Do you mean the game tomorrow? Manchester United, I'm thinking we're going to play the kids and just see what happens. I don't, you know, it'd be an interesting one just to see what team Ollie puts out. We've had a great week. Let's celebrate with giving kids an opportunity. Porter, guys, comments, thank you for beating City for us, Liverpool to win the league. Hey, look, fair play to you, man. You know, it's Liverpool's year this year. I truly believe that. They still got time to bottle it. This is Slippy G's Liverpool we're talking about here. There's many potential banana skins to fall over between now and the end of the season. Leicester City, we're all hoping they can do it. Jamie Vardy's having a party. They're all bossing it. Brendan Rodgers got them playing great stuff. We're all Leicester City fans for the remainder of the season. We are. Because nobody wants to see Liverpool win the league. That'd be disgusting. That'd be disgusting. But you couldn't say they don't deserve it. They're the best team in the country at the moment. They really are, especially with City falling off lately and not doing a good job. JP comments, yo, this live show, where's Hen? Yeah, I know. Sorry about the chuddery camera work, the piss poor lighting, the mark on my face, everything I've already apologised for. But there's also something else to apologise for if you're just tuning in. There's no Pig in the Hen show today. Henry Hotspur's under the weather. So am I, but I'm here, trooping on. But unfortunately, Henry couldn't make it. Now, bless him, it must be pretty serious. And I think he has indeed got some bird flu. Do you know what I mean? He's been hanging out with a couple of chicks, and the hen has got some bird flu recently. So he's not going to be around. But Friday is the time when we will be redoing the show. It's rescheduled for Friday afternoon now, around about 1 p.m. UK time. So I know that's not ideal. I know we all wanted to talk about the stuff that happened at the weekend. United having a great time against City. Spurs had a great time as well. Son scored an incredible goal. We'll save all that, though, because I do want to hear what Henry has to say. And we're going to save all that for the Pig in the Hen show, which will be on Friday. So make sure you do tune in for the Pig in the Hen show Friday at 1 p.m. Everybody tuning in right now, please do us a massive favour if you're stopping by on the channel. Even though this is a shit vid, smash a cheeky little like on it. Get your thoughts and opinions in. I'm just going to stick around for a couple more minutes. Half an hour's gone by already. I cannot believe it, man, how half an hour goes by so quickly talking COD on air. Arthur Rofus comments, hey Piggy, hey to you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Gungshi comments, I'm Pogba's biggest fan when he plays well. Unfortunately, he's just not consistent. Yeah, when he plays well, he's a heck of a player. We all know that. Put in the strings. Look at that first game of the season against Chelsea. 2 truly world-class assists from him. Really world-class, and he just bossed it for the second half of the game. I loved it. And that City performance a couple of years ago where he clawed us back, and he was really, really, he was like a complete catalyst for us in winning that game, and it was such a great performance from him. He's got it. That's the most frustrating thing about him. He's got every single move in the book. He's got the power, he's got the physicality, he's got the defensive abilities, in my opinion. He's a strong lad. You know, he's got the eye for a pass, he's got the vision, he's got the execution to ping a ball 40 yards, 70 yards, whatever it may be. He's got that. He's got the ability to shoot free kicks, all that stuff, but we don't see it in a United shirt like we have done in a blue shirt for France, or indeed in a white and black striped shirt for Juve. We just haven't seen that. Derek Jason says, sell Pogba, get Savic or Bruno, and United become better. I agree. Do you know what I mean? We can cash in on him. We can sell him, generate some money, bring in a couple of still top quality players for the money we'll get, and then we'll be absolutely awesome. Well, hopefully that's the idea. Alex Rincon, thank you very much for stopping by, mate. Says, hey, Pig, I really got to get on the show with you soon. Absolutely, my friend. We will hook it up. It was great to hear from you and have you on the show the other day. Fantastic pants. If anybody didn't see it, check it out. It was the Man City preview. So a lot of you may not have been looking for a sort of pig in the hen, but it was like a bonus pig in the hen when we were previewing the City game. Rincon jumped on, had a go at Henry, laughed in his face. It was freaking awesome. So we'll do that again soon. And yeah, I'd love to just get you on the show for a chat, just me and you anyway, Rincon. You know, screw that Hotspur melt. Mark Sin comments, can we have Pig and Nick show later tonight? Talk about I'm a Celebrity and X Factor. Well, she's not a fan of X Factor at all, but she is a fan of I'm a Celebrity, to be fair. And I did watch most of it this year, actually. So fair play, I could even talk about that. But I don't think anybody other than you, mate, wants to actually talk about that, to be brutal. But there you go. Thank you very much, though, for your comment there, Mark. Legend, great to see you in here. Alex says, let's have a chat this weekend. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I've got some things to go on this weekend, though, Alex, but maybe. I'll have to let you know. Like, you know, me dad's funeral's next week. There's still a bunch to, you know, organise and sort out and stuff. So I'm not ducking you, my friend. I'm just, right now, maybe it's a little bit tricky. Depends on times. I'll speak to you, though, my friend. Mark Sin comments, miss you guys, mate. Miss you too, Mark. Absolute legend, fan of the show, tuning in, calling in. Great call last week as well. Hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Nice one, Alex, I will do. So, right, anyway, lads and lasses, I'm going to wrap this video up here, but I just want to say a special thank you to everybody that stopped by. I know there's no pig in the head. I know that's piss poor. We will be back on Friday, though. We'll do a Friday show, and then it will be back to normal on the Wednesdays for the Pig in the Hen show. Lots to discuss in that Pig in the Hen show. Tottenham's performance, United, Mourinho, all that good stuff. Thank you very much, the Rinconator, for plugging my Patreon there. There's a link in the chat there that Alex has just plugged. So thank you very much. If you want to go and support the channel and help the channel out, you can do that. But anyway, that's it from me today. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Do us a big favor before you go, though. Please do smash a like on it. And if you want to help the channel out, you can share it on social media somewhere. Just give it a cheeky little share. That'd be awesome. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. If I didn't respond to you in the chat, please come back once this has ended and get your thoughts in the not live chat about what you think about the prospect of United signing Erling Braut Haaland. Are we favourites to signing from RB Salzburg in January? Do you think he'll go somewhere else? Who else do you think we'll need? How realistic is it? There you go. That's what I want to know. Anyway, until next time, this is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy. Come on, United. You've been watching Flying Pig United, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Europa League game against AZ Alkmaar. Hopefully I won't have to say that gash too much longer. Anyway, stay classy, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. How'd you end the shit?